You can't escape it. Every day, friends, family, news outlets, total strangers on social media, all are demanding that you yield to their version of truth. Isn't it time to take responsibility for what you think? There was a king back in medieval times who wanted to locate the wisest among his noblemen. So he called all of his noblemen together and he asked them a question. He said, if I have a scale perfectly balanced, and if I attach to one end a bucket of water, and then if I attach to the other side another bucket of water so that they're both exactly the same weight, the same amount of water, same weight of the bucket, and the scale doesn't tip at all, why is it that when I put 5 fish in one bucket, the scale doesn't tip? The nobleman pondered this. One of them said, well, it's like when a bird flies through the sky. He uses the air, but he doesn't add weight to it. You don't feel him when he goes over. Someone else said, well, it's like a ship in the sea. It displaces some water, but it doesn't make it weigh more underneath the water. Others had some pretty ingenious suggestions, and I'm wondering what you're thinking as we go through this. But finally, one nobleman spoke up and he said, but sire, it would tip. And the king smiled and said, now I have found the wisest among my noblemen. So to you I say, beware of loaded questions. A loaded question embeds an unproved assumption that we sometimes fail to even notice because we're too busy trying to think of an answer to the question. People who are trained in sales are taught to ask, would you rather buy the blue widget or the red one? The subtle suggestion of this loaded question is that you want to buy a widget, and unless you resist that suggestion, your brain goes right to work on which color you prefer. So watch out for loaded questions. Don't let them suck you in. Thank you. I am humbled by my name being placed upon the ballot of this great state, and I'm grateful that we have now given you one opportunity to vote for someone who has never molested a child. So keep your guard up regarding innuendo. Notice that this candidate did not directly accuse his opponent of being a child molester, but his comment plants the idea in the minds of his hearers without actually even saying something about the other guy. So the speaker doesn't have to prove it, justify it, or be accountable for having said it. When you see it for what it is, you'll be less influenced by it. Stop shouting, start thinking. It really is up to you.